I said that in a sense we've seen an assault on the sexes, an assault on the idea that human beings are created male and female, and that our status as biological males or biological females has at least some implication for certain roles that we play. Particularly in respect to relationships such as marriage and our sexuality, and also with respect to our gender identity as well. What we see with the transgender movement is sort of the climax of this this movement, whereby the philosophy is being put forward that when there is a disconnect between your psychological perception of gender and the physical status of your body, that somehow your psychological status should take priority every time in terms of identifying who you really are. And we think that, in fact, the biological sex, which is has to do with your body's reproductive capacity, it has to do with your internal reproductive organs, external genitalia, and the chromosomal makeup of every cell of your body, that is really a more definitive way of defining who is male or female than is a subjective psychological state of being.
Aaron?
Sure. Everyone is free to their philosophical opinion about what gender means. That's the meaning of democracy, that you get to have your own opinions. But what you don't get to do is dismiss the science on the basis of your own philosophy. And there's a global medical consensus, as confirmed by the US Surgeon General, the American Medical Association, the American Psychological Association, unanimously among medical professional associations, that when transgender people need to transition gender, that's a medical need. No different really than if you have a broken arm and you have a medical need to heal your arm.
All right, thank you, Aaron.
So actually, my point was the opposite, that the science is in favor of defining people biologically, and it's a philosophy that says that their gender identity takes precedence. So we disagree on that point.
That's fine, gentlemen. That's fine.
Well, we do, but the American Medical Association and the medical community globally, by consensus, agrees with me.
Well, it's interesting. Let me mention that because this is the point I was going to bring up. He says by consensus. People need to be aware that normally the normal evaluation of medical issues is supposed to be, in the last 20 years, is supposed to be evidence-based. When someone says that a medical position is based on consensus, what they are doing is conceding that it is not evidence-based.
Sure, but their opinions are based on mountains of peer-reviewed research in scientific and medical journals, and that's evidence. I mean, their positions are no less evidence-based than the evidence on depression or any other mental health or medical condition for that matter.